Madden 24 on the Xbox One. Ravens taking on the Chargers, potential playoff matchup. Ravens got a huge win over the Browns in Baltimore on Thursday Night Football. We had a lot of rest. So we used this opportunity to let our most tired players rest. Less frustrate, like basically half pads in practice. We're not going all out with full pads during practice. We're giving everyone a chance to rest because we gotta be ready for the stretch run. So Isaiah Likely is our number 2 tight end in the depth chart. We're gonna make him number 1 eventually because I mean Mark Andrews is probably gonna get a bit tired, but he's a potential starter at some point. Yeah, possession. He's not very good at blocking, but we need him to be able to catch in traffic the way we use him. We call him a vertical threat eventually, so he will be. Impact blocker, that's good. We need him to be able to block more easily. If he needs to do block and release, I guess he's decent for that. Not very good at run blocking. Personality, team player. For all hits, cover the ball. Sounds amazing. Keep feet in bounds, stuff like that. His fatigue level is good, so that's good to know. We're going to swap him out with somebody else. Yeah, this guy's our backup center. This guy's maybe 5th in the depth chart. Tyler Huntley's our backup quarterback. Well, it's always good to have a backup. He's a scrambler, apparently. Not much of an improviser or a general. Maximizes big play opportunities. That doesn't sound like the kind of quarterback we want on our team. Top skills. Uh, Awareness? I don't know what that is. Doesn't have a strong arm, apparently. Wonder where he came from. He's from Utah. Huh. Blackest man in Utah. So how are we going to do this? He was a Ute, huh? 43rd ranked quarter. Like I said, Pro Bowler. Let's not kid ourselves. Charlie Kolar is I think he's a 3rd tight end in the. Yeah, I think he's Anthony Brown. Who? Anthony Brown is Band of Renown. So they got rid of RG3 and replaced him with this guy. That's embarrassing. I'm sorry, that's just embarrassing. Make him a possession receiver, a possession tight end. Like I said, 3rd in the depth chart. Just get open if you can, kind of guy. Yeah, so we'll just automatically upgrade everybody else. Mr. Kelly, the cornerback, is in the running for the defensive rookie of the year, which we'll see shortly. The game plan's already been set up. We have what is it? We're gonna do blitz counters, which will make our emergency routes, our slants, and our inside crossing routes quicker. And we're able to catch in traffic a bit more easily. So we're more likely to catch balls in traffic. Let me check out our subs. I want to check on something. Formation subs. 'Cause in the I formation, I want to see if I can replace Likely with Andrews. Even though Andrews is a better blocker. Uh, Cancel. So in the I formation, we want who's that on the edge? We want Andrews. Replacing Andrews with we'll swap that out a bit later. So now Kolar's in that formation. There's Likely. So now Andrews can be in Likely's spot. And we'll save that eventually. Superstar X Factor. So we got Kolar in this spot. We'll put Likely there instead. So now Likely is on the edge, and so now Likely is next to the tackle, next to the right tackle. Okay, that's good enough for now. What's our other formation? Yeah, like who should be the lead back? I guess is the other question. Do you want Ricard to be the lead back in this formation? Gus is the primary here. You can also put J.K. Dobbins in there instead. Yeah, put J.K. in there for now. We'll fix that later. Ricard is always the lead blocker there, which is kind of hilarious. But hey, he's doing his job. Give you an extra blocker if you need it. He's a very good fullback in this. So we got rid of Juszczyk. Actually, wasn't Juszczyk playing for the Juszczyk used to play for the Niners? I want to say, yeah, Juszczyk is still playing for the Niners as of last week when that game they lost on Monday Night Football to the Lions. They put up a lot of points in that game, though. Lions defense, a little bit suspect for the postseason, just saying. If they're going to lose, they might not lose to the Commanders, but they could lose to a team that could. Their defense, they're going to lose to a team that's probably going to make fewer mistakes. And again, if they run the ball, keep them off the field like the Commanders do. I'm just saying, you can keep up with the Lions if you keep them from throwing the ball too much. Let's put it that way. We already did our practice apparently, so that's good. So let me look at our roster again, just to confirm. I want to make sure we have the right lineup in place because the game is automatically subbing these guys. Yeah, Hill is number 1. He's the primary back, so that's fine. You can also pull up your practice squad members if you need to. Generate best lineup, thanks. Zone abilities, I don't know what trudge means. Yak 'em up. That's that guy. I guess he gets yards after contact, like our running backs do. Now, we're not going to change our scheme. Don't be absurd. You're not changing our scheme. So you would have to. You have a fullback who's utility fullback. The idea is you would hire a fullback who's better at blocking, but we'll be fine. Again, I thought it was hilarious that I can like put like tight ends into the halfback position, which could have been cute. Yeah, I think that's right. I think I made likely is the second fullback. Stuff like that, which I think is kind of hilarious. You can also make him the primary halfback if you want, which means if you were to do a more pass happy offense, you would turn your tight end into a fullback so that he's more likely to go out on runs. He's more likely to go out on passes. You don't want Ricard out there catching passes, but that's a possibility as well. One of the things I might practice this with Madden 17. I want to set up. I'm calling it a switchblade offense. The idea being that you could have tight ends being running backs and fullbacks. You could have wide receivers catching balls. You can have wide receivers as running backs, that kind of thing. The idea being that most players are utility players, so you would have your offense set up so that skill players wind up becoming variations on. They become more hybrid players, like I said. Like wide receivers become running backs, tight ends become fullbacks. Everyone can go out on passes, that kind of thing. I'm curious how that would work. We want to kick. We want to kick in the first half because we want to receive after halftime. That's just how we play. Now, if we wanted to score first, we could. Because if we score first, we can start going for 2-point conversions and stuff. But for now, I want the ball after halftime. I'm okay with that. So we'll set things up in the first quarter, then we'll skip ahead to the next half, to the fourth quarter, see how the game finishes up. Like I said, you know what plays I'm going to run. So it's just a matter of how well I execute them. There's an argument to be made that I should show up here at the end of the second half, so I might be throwing the ball more often in the second half. We'll see how it goes. Because I'm more likely to throw the ball at the end of the second half or in the fourth quarter. So we got the ball and we're down. So I guess we're going for 1 instead of 2. And if we get like fumbles and turnovers, so much the better. So we're playing in LA. J.K. Dobbins is the lead. We got a slant. Andrews is the in. B if X is not open. B it is. First down. Yeah, 7 yards on a little crossing route. Make 20-yard receptions. Okay. Andrews is supposed to be a downfield tight end. We're not gonna have him. You can have him run the seam if you want. We're not gonna have him do that. Run up the left. Yeah, he juked him. He should not have juked, but he got the first down. If he had just stayed straight, he might have gotten 5 yards. Just hold up on the right. Just hold up on the left stick. You'll be fine. Go a little bit to the left if you have to. Yep, and Ricard. Yeah, look at 42. He's still running. He was looking for a guy to block, and he ran out of dudes to block. Kind of hilarious. Here comes J.K. Dobbins. Again, he has 22, I think 23 touchdowns this year. I've lost track. He's been kind of awesome. Look at him go. Okay, I have a holding penalty, so that's probably going to bring back that 18-yard run. No one in front of him. You're holding on the good guy. So this occasionally happens. I want to say once a quarter, or let's be once a half, maybe once a game. We're the least penalized team in the league. But at least once a game we'll have a holding penalty that brings us back, an offensive holding penalty. So we have to run the ball 3 times. You have to run the ball 4 times instead. Look at that! Got 10 yards on 2nd and 9. And now Likely is out. Fine. He wasn't that tired, I hope. So they'll bring in the third guy. I forget what his name is. Kosar. I forgot his name. Bernie Kosar. I forgot his name. It's running through dudes. So again, J.K. Dobbs is number two in the league in running. Bruised ribs. So we're bringing Kolar for the rest of the game. So just like Jane Daniels got busted ribs. They're stacking the line. You know what that means. Scissors. B route might get open. Yep, Andrews got. Oh, come on! Andrews was open. I thought he had his defender beat. Okay. I probably got cocky there, thinking I could just throw it. There's stuff. I could have gotten 3 yards on these guys. You could also run a slant here, but I just want the first down, and I got it. I wanted the first down. So I'm just trying to move the chains. I'm not trying to run the ball. I'm not trying to pass the ball around. Now this is a great slanting opportunity. Hot route. Andrews will go in. B if X is not open. X is finally open. Yep. I had to take an extra beat because the linebacker dropped back, and the middle linebacker dropped back in the coverage. So I didn't want to throw the ball over the middle. I'm playing smarter now. And we'll overload the right side this time. Slant. B. In. B if X isn't open. B it is. Or X. Yeah. X finally got open. So the B route. So if the slant isn't open right away, the crossing route might cause a defender to cheat in that direction. So it might work out in the end. There's another slant. B in. Let's see if the slant gets open on the X route. X is not open. B's open. Got a couple of guys there. Yeah, Dobbins. Jackson probably could have scrambled for it. 2nd and 10. So we can run it a few more times. Look at that hole. Couldn't get to it. He yoinked me by the shoulder pads. I saw that big old hole on the left side, man. We can run it twice. We're not scared. Let's get a big run on 3rd down to make it worth it. He's short. We're going for it. That's Gus Edwards. We're going for it. We're not scared. Overload the right. We got this. Hats on the right. 1st down. No worries. We're going to let Gus go in for the 3rd time this year. Get it, big man. Shove it in, big man. I guess maybe Hill will come here and get it. He did his job. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins is coming in for the 23rd touchdown. Yeah, he's got a nose for the end zone. We'll just put it that way. Gus could have gotten it, but you know what? Wow, I stopped him. We're going for it. It won't stop us 3 times. It might stop us twice, but not 3 times. Flipping the play. Got hats on the right. Go right. Touchdown. Yep, 23. That's our tush push, kids. Got a lead blocker. That's basically our tush push. Yeah, so we're going to kick the field goal. We're going to kick the extra point to tie it up. We got the ball back in the 2nd quarter. So we'll end the video pretty soon. Like I said, you already know what we're going to do. We threw a few slants. So we'll probably do it again here. Andrews will do an in. Check the X route. X or B. X it is. No, it's not! That was Bosa, too. I could have swore that was Bosa. That's pretty bad. So what did I think? Let me do a quick check on that. What did I think Bosa was doing if he was open? I'm curious what Bosa, because I threw that thinking he was open. What happened? First of all, was that even good coverage? Yeah, he had the buffer. Yeah, Bosa dropped into coverage, huh? That was really sloppy on my part. I blame myself. So we'll be back with the Chargers game. Well, second half. Well, second, yeah, say we're gonna chuck it. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can chuck it around, see if we can get some bigger yardage. Tell B. Bateman can do a slant. X route, not open. B is not open. Wow, triple coverage. Never should have thrown that crap. Draw. Maybe we can make a third and manageable. Nope, doesn't look good. Flood. Tell Aguilar, hot route. Aguilar, have him do an in. Couple of crossing routes. X is not open. A is open. He didn't catch it either. Wow, we're killing a lot of clock here, guys. This sucks. They want me to chew the clock. Fine. If they want me to chew, we'll chew. It's a shame. You're not going to get 10 yards, but whatever. Got a first down. We got a first down on 3rd and 10. Who needs a draw? Oh well. So we can probably do this. Verts. We have a crossing route if we need it. Dobbins. X. He can do a slant. That's a wrong pass. Whatever. We'll double in. A. A is not open. Y is open. No fair covering the sideline, doofus. We got one more timeout left. So we could afford to go over the middle, but we're still at midfield. But Andrews didn't get open. What do we got? Double out and under. We have a slant. How about an X? Is X going to get open? Down. X is not open. RB is not open either, but he ran inside on him. He ran inside on him, so that was maybe 8 yards. I would say it wasn't worth it. This is gonna be a long field goal. We got a little bit closer, so that's good. How are we gonna do? And he missed. So I guess that wasn't gonna happen. So we're gonna play our game now. Formation. So we'll be fine, one hopes. Yeah, looking good already. Get Dobbins in there for 100 yards. We should be good. Slant. Andrews can go in. BFX isn't open. B it is. Well, I shouldn't have thrown that either. Should have waited. 3rd and 6. So I'm already in a hole now, but I can run it twice if I get a good run here. B in. BFX isn't open. X is open. First down. He threw it behind him. What was that? You deserve to lose this game if you can't make a simple slant pass anymore. And they scored a field goal now. So now we have to catch up in a hurry. So no huddles. Or increase the tempo. We're not going to increase the tempo. We're just going to run it more easily. There we go. Look at Dobbins. Whoa! Look at him go. No huddle, kids. Let's go. Overload the right. Can't stop us. Ugh. Barely got 2 yards there. 2 touchdowns for Dobbins as well. How you like that? Slant. B in. BFX isn't open. X is not open. Wait for X. Yeah, X. Oh, X was open on the slant. What happened there? That's 2 drops. What's going on there? That's 2 drops. Gets messed up. We have a B on a crossing route. X is going deep. Of course, I don't trust him right now. He got it. Finally got one. He's still going. You know, you can help block Bateman. You can help me block on these catches, you know. Finally got one down. Finally got a big one downfield. Had to have that. But he got open. He got inside on the defender. That's why he got that big catch. He can throw occasionally downfield, even when we're running this stupid Ryan Tannehill offense with a lot of power runs to our big guy and a lot of only throwing on third downs basically. Dobbins got another first down. He's probably not gonna get in the end zone. We're gonna swap out. Okay, we're gonna swap out eventually. Overload the right. Good enough. He's got a hole. He's still going. He's in the end zone from 17 yards out. That might be his longest touchdown run of the year. I think he had a 41-yard run that got caught at the inside the 5. But yeah, man, they're gonna bust that dude in the mouth. Just took the hit, and he shook that guy off. Wow, that was impressive. Are we going for 2? We're not going for 2. We're going for 1. So we're going for 1, and we got the 1. And so we need to score. Our defense can't stop anybody. All right, we just can't stop anybody. It's embarrassing. B route in. Hold the X route. B is open. Look at him run over that dude. I don't know why he's running sideways. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to run forward. Overload the right. We can get 3 yards on these doofuses. Yeah, run at Nick Bosa. We seem to be doing okay, though. So where's Gus Edwards? Still not in. But Dobbins has 150 yards now. Slant. B in. I might have him doing up. Let's see what we got. X is good. He got it. That's 9. Yeah, it's 10. Overload the right side this time. We're going to run at Nick Bosa, if you can believe that. Hat's on our side. Yeah, that guy was dropping into coverage. Look at him run, dude. Jeez. Dobbins got 3 touchdowns today. He's still in the game. 3 more yards they're giving us. Whoa, look at that! Still running over dudes, and he's still on his feet. And the safety is out now. No, sorry, the center is out now. I think he was the most tired of everybody, but we got to bring him the back up. Yeah, I mean, I guess all this running probably isn't helping. At least he's not doing pass blocking. Yeah, so I guess our Travis Kelce is out. So we got to replace him. We probably can't run up the middle as effectively. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, running up the middle. That dude, the nose tackle, shook off the center that time. We got 7 yards. Overload the right. Bosa got past. Yeah, Bosa shook off that blocker and did a stunt. He did a run stunt. And we're out of crime. But we should be scoring. We should be scoring early in this quarter. Early in the fourth quarter. So we should be fine. We gotta keep up, and it's embarrassing. I don't like having to keep up with this running. We can do no huddle running, but I just don't like having to keep up with these guys. We can get half a yard in 2 runs. Come on. We got it. See? No worries. Hurry up. I didn't get a chance to see who's in. I didn't get a chance to see the injury likelihood. I tried to choose the play. And I ended up choosing the injury replacement. That's not cool. That's not cool. I'm going to have to sub him out. But that's not cool. The game should not be making 2 choices with 1 button pressed. That's not good. Of course, how do you test for that, really? Yeah, how would you test for that? We're going to run it twice. We got to score. We got the first. Guess we might swap. We might swap to Justice Hill here. We'll see how it goes. 189 yards rushing. Yeah, this is Gus. Get on the bus, Gus. We're gonna grind him to death. Now look at Bosa. Oh, he's in! Ah, he's a yard short, but he got 11 yards on the first down. Give it to the big man. Overload the left. And we win. That's his fourth, maybe fifth. I mean, again, the guy has like 1,400 rushing yards. Leads the league. Golf clap. But he doesn't score that many touchdowns, as weird as that sounds. So we're gonna go for one. Did we miss the extra point? What just happened? What just happened? Did I skip that? Did I skip? I must have skipped a bunch of plays. I think I pressed the B button and it just skipped a bunch of plays. That sucked. I didn't want to do that. I better catch up. It was a good thing our defense stopped them. Yeah, we were supposed to run the ball. We got the ball back. So we got the ball back, but I didn't get a chance to actually run any plays on offense. That sucked. Okay. Okay, that was weird, but we're going to chew the clock here. We're going to chew the clock here. Yeah, look at Dobbins. Go get it. No huddle, kids. We have all of our timeouts. Let's go. I think he got stopped short. He got stopped short. He got knocked backwards there. Overload the right. We can get this 1 yard. And we got it. And we got a hole in the left. Just don't fumble the ball, kid. 205 yards rushing. Hurry up. So we're going right. Overload the right. We're going to get 5 yards here. Look at Edwards. We're going to get 6 maybe. Or we can do this and get 7. Look at that massive hole on the left side. He might get 100 too. Overload the right. Does it again. Another big hole for GE. Overload the right. Yeah, should have run straight. Should have run straight. Should have run straight. That was me getting greedy. After 2 straight cutback runs. They could have bounced outside there. We're in trouble now. We need a touchdown. Okay, so we're gonna get the 2-minute warning on 4th and 6. We got to go for it. So we got to pass. Khalil Mack, forgot. Yeah, that's right. He played for the Bears, the Raiders, and then the Chargers picked him up. But yeah, we got to run. This sucks. I hate this. I hate this. Yeah, too bad. I didn't want to have to run to get a first. On 4th and 6, this is what I was afraid of. X, he'll do a slant. Y might get open. Y is not open. X is open! That is a massive catch. So that audible was needed. I needed that audible, and I got it. Told him to do a slant, first down. So we can run it. We got all of our timeouts, kids. Let's go. Gus Edwards is in. Let's go, kids. We have all of our timeouts. We're going to run down their throats. Keep going, Gus. No huddle. Let's go. Let's go, go, go. Overload the right. We don't have time for this. We do not have time for this. I can't afford to flip the plays like this. Khalil Mack and Nick Bosa on the same line. That sucks. Keep going, Gus. Overload the right side. We're going to run it 4 times. For the win. Gus is in. That's his second TD of the game, and the Ravens take the lead. And they have all their timeouts too, so we're probably not going to be able to get a stop. So we have to go for the... So we missed the extra point earlier, right? I'm pretty sure we missed the extra point earlier. Yeah, Gus just running over dudes. We got the extra point there, and we win! Woo! The Ravens win. So yeah, that big We got Gus Edwards, MVP of the league, I would say. 1,500 yards rushing on the year. Dobbins got 2 touchdowns today, but so did Gus. Like I said, next man up. All that rest paid off for Gus, I'd say. 298 yards rushing. But we had to get that conversion on 4th and 6. So calling that audible to Bateman on the slant got him open. That was huge. That audible saved us, man. That's exactly why I make these videos. Having to make that one call. That one dumb call. Wow. So play of the game. Well, we're gonna get to that. So yeah, on 4th down, what was that thing that happened? Because I want to say I missed. Yeah, there was a touchdown, but then what happened after the touchdown? Got the extra point. That's fine. Yeah, Keenan Allen's in this game. Yeah, so after all that, we scored quickly, but then what? Touchdown, that was fine. The extra point was blocked. So that was the problem. So that almost killed us. That one block almost killed us. Lamar made the one throw he had to make. Like I said, the Ryan Tannehill throw. Of course, like I said, there was a whole entire drive where I wasn't even in control of him. So there was also that problem. J.K. Dobbins with 205. That's 5 yards a rush. 115 yards after contact. Look at Gus. Almost got 100, but he got the 2 touchdowns. Dobbins got 3 more. Wow. So there it is, really. We don't get a lot of 20-yard runs with this offense, but we get a lot of 8 and 9. We get a lot of 7 and 8-yard runs, which is what counts. So where's that scoring summary with the blocked kick? Let's see. Quarter 3. Quarter 4 missed kick. Yeah, it was blocked. That was the problem. So yeah, man. So we got our 7th win of the year. That does not guarantee our playoff spot, but that puts us half a game behind the Browns for the top spot in the division, I believe. Had to earn that one. You had to beat a good team. You had to beat a playoff team with a good offense, and we did. Defense did just well enough to keep us from getting our butts kicked. And I'm pretty sure I changed those goals. I never said allow 10 points to the Chargers. So what happened to the game plan that I put in place? Did I forget to reinstate it? I got my 200 rushing yards. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I changed those staff goals. I probably forgot to do it before starting the videos. Look at it. Look at Gus, man. ODB is going to get stronger too, so he's a power back, obviously. I can't believe they're calling him elusive. He's definitely not elusive. Being able to run around dudes would be amazing, though. Make him a little bit stronger in that sense. And he's a scheme fit, which is nice. Goals? What goals? Well, he might set the single game rushing record. Season goals. We didn't select any goals for him. Yeah, for his legacy, he wants a 2,000-yard season. I would never have expected Gus Edwards to get 2,000, but he looks like he's on his way. He needs 400 yards in 5 games. He should be fine. Not perfect, because unfortunately he's had a couple of slow games. He was obviously on pace for 2,300, but he had to rest for a couple of weeks, so he had to kind of let him chill for a while. J.K. is looking amazing, of course, so he's got his 1,000-yard season. He's already elusive, so we want to make him stronger for our offense, obviously. He can truck dudes. Goals? Well, for his legacy, he's going for 1,500 rushing yards. He won't get 2,000, but he'll definitely get 1,500. So he's already gotten a bunch of these goals. Yeah, he got 15 rushing touchdowns, obviously. Under career rushing touchdowns. Well, he got 20. He got 25 in 1 year. I wasn't expecting that. 50 career rushes. He's definitely going to get that next year. Yeah. His legacy goal was to get 25 touchdowns. So his legacy goal was to become an all-time touchdown scorer. He seems to be okay. He's probably gonna win Offensive Player of the Year. He wants to win one award in each conference. That's hilarious. He might be the offensive player of the year. He's not, I think he's an MVP candidate, but I don't think he's going to get it. He's going to win. He's not. He's going to win best running back of the year because of all the touchdowns. And he wants a Super Bowl win, and he wants a Pro Bowl. He's on his way to getting that one. He's not going to be the league leader in rushing yards because our boy Gus is going to get it instead. That's hilarious, actually. That's freaking hilarious. So ODB, we can make him more physical, make him a deeper threat, make him a playmaker. Turn any reception into a big play, which means juking people. Beats defenders at the point of contact. That's what we definitely want for our guys. We want guys who can make catches in traffic and get releases. Definitely. Pushing off. So goals. What was his goal? Like 100 receptions a year? So he wants 75 catches this year. He probably won't get it. He might. I don't think he's gonna get 1,000 yards either. He's not gonna get 8 touchdowns. That's for sure. Punt returns. He's not returning any punts. Career touchdowns. He's not getting any of those. Career receiving touchdowns. He's not getting any of those. Career. Yeah, he got season catches, so we got 50 catches, which is what you would expect from him. He's not going to win offense. He's not going to win any offensive awards. He's not even going to the Pro Bowl, so I don't worry about it. Ideally, the Ravens picked him up in 2023 because they wanted him to be there as a target for. They wanted him to be a big play target for Lamar, so he didn't have to keep running the ball all the time. We have a new injury. Hold on. Yeah, I think our linebacker's out. Our left tackle's out. Nope, not him. So we didn't lose anyone really important. But yeah, this left end is out, so that's bad. He's out for 4 weeks, so he won't be. He's out for the He's out for the rest of the regular season. It looks like we're gonna try and get to the playoffs. We're gonna try and get him to the playoffs. But our defense sucks anyway, so I'm not sure it's a big loss. I'm gonna say it wasn't a big loss. Managed staff. I think we can. We can't really upgrade anybody just yet. Yeah, I did not choose that gameplay goal. I did not choose that game day goals. That was stupid. I forgot to actually make those changes before starting the game, so I'll keep that in mind for next time. So we'll advance to the next week and check out our stats before we end the video. And again, as usual, I want to see if anyone's tired because we want to make. If anyone's tired, we want to make that part of our weekly game plan so that they practice. Sorry, hit the microphone. So that I kind of don't punish them in practice. View the playoff picture. Well, we should be a wild card team if I'm not mistaken. Ravens are the 7th seed. They'd be playing. I'm pretty sure our defense can't stop the Chiefs. We would just need to run the ball on every down. We cannot afford to. We cannot afford to let that offense on the field. Our only way we win is by shortening the game. We expected the Colts to be in the playoffs. Bills get the bye, of course. Who expected the Panthers to be in the playoffs, winning the NFC South? Giants in the playoffs. No Jets. Yeah, no Aaron Rodgers. Niners, Green Bay. So who's missing from here? No Eagles. Amazing. No confidence in the Eagles, despite going to the Super Bowl the previous year, despite having a fourth quarter lead in the Super Bowl the year before. Don't know what happened to them. We're 6th in the league in points per game. But our defense sucks. We're decent at stopping the run, not so much in anything else. Draft Central. Mark Burr. We're not worried about Draft Central just yet. Oh, we have a bye week. Perfect. Okay. So what's our weekly strategy for the bye week? We finally get a bye week. We're gonna rest. We need to rest. We're beat up, dog. Coach has been working us like dogs. Team bonding retreat. Self-scouting. We need more stamina. Team bonding. Less awareness, better morale. So less stamina. No, we want to retain our stamina. So we're going to increase team morale. Yeah, they're going to have a gentleman's meeting at a gentleman's bar. So they'll be less aware. They'll be less aware. Team bonding retreat increases morale going down the stretch, but they're too relaxed. But they needed to preserve their stamina. That was the thing. They needed to get refreshed after the long week off because they were pretty tired. So we got to be ready for the home stretch. Top team needs, right? Yeah. Let's see. So this is our bye week. So what's our weekly strategy for the bye week? Pick a game plan. We have nothing to do. Mr. I thought what's his name was injured. J Madhu. I thought he was injured. Let's manage our health. First of all, there is no practice today. So Linderbaum was injured again. So we have his backup coming in. Yeah, we'll let Hill as the starter take all the reps. And we'll move Dobbins down. We'll move Dobbins down on the yeah, we'll let Stanley get an extra rest. Backups, half pads, extra rest. Okay. I mean, we're supposed to be off this week. Start training. So someone will get better during the retreat, I guess, during the off week. And then what we'll do is we'll make sure that let me double check the offense. There's my offense right there. So fatigue. Dobbins, yeah, Dobbins is better. Where's Gus? He's lower on the depth chart. Stanley has more so Stanley is got a little bit of extra rest. Linderbaum got some extra rest. So no one got more fatigue because we were doing a more chill practice. Yeah, where's our halfback? He's here somewhere. So I'm pretty sure he didn't get any practice. Yeah. So where's his halfback? There he is. Gus Edwards. Yeah. Huh. Why did Gus Ed? Well, that's right, because he's a starter technically. He wasn't a starter. That was the problem. So you should have rested him more, I would argue. So we can make him a starter. Well, remember, he's not a starter, so he wasn't getting the reps. I guess he just recovers more slowly. Would not be shocked. So we can upgrade. Yes, we'll do all that normally. Trenton Simpson. So we'll auto upgrade all these defenders. But again, it's a bye week, so it's a lighter practice. Yeah, let's see. Practice available. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to skip ahead to next week and see how we do. Yeah, I mean, evaluate prospects or whatever. Like we already know who our favorites are. We can drop some people if we don't like how they look. Like if they look like less valuable talents that we can just ignore. No favorites. Yeah, they're my favorites. Okay, so how my favorites? Let's see if we can get rid of some of these favorites. Yeah, like who are we getting rid of? Hold A button to reorder, whatever that even means. Reorder what? Oh, so we can make them a less valuable favorite. Okay. So we need more right tackles. Yes, we want more right tackles to become favorites. So we'll make right tackles favorites. Let's try that. So how does this guy look? Well, if he gets picked higher, we don't want him. Yeah, this guy doesn't look amazing. So maybe I don't want him to be a favorite. We need somebody. That's how bad we are. We need somebody. He's not good at blocking. That's why we even want him. So remove him as a favorite. Not good at run blocking, but he's decent at pass blocking. This guy's terrible at run blocking. Don't want him. Okay, so what else do we want? Left guards. So who do we not want? Can't block. Don't want him. He's a day 3. Why was he even a favorite? Let's see. He can block. This guy's better at blocking than this dude. Potentially. So we'll move him up. This guy might be a bit of a liability. Although he has good awareness, though, so he just doesn't see. Yeah, he seems good awareness. He's a good scheme fit. That's why we want him, I guess. So who else do we need? So we got our right tackle, defensive tackles, and cornerbacks. Anyone who's really good? Got a lot of guys available here in the first 2 rounds. And we have maybe a cornerback, assuming all goes well. I don't think cornerbacks are going to be a problem for us, but we'll see how it goes. No favorites. So maybe someone in the second round might be worth shaking. Someone might drop to the second round, I suppose. Not amazing, though. Not great in zone coverage. Ugh. None of these guys look great. Man to man. Seem kind of shaky. Some Emmanuel Forbes-like players, I suppose. Not amazing. So super focus mean like there are a couple of guys in the first 2 rounds we're gonna want. Maybe draft, maybe go for some depth in the third or fourth round. Like if you want like a Tom Brady in the 5th round or a Kirk Cousins in the 3rd round, that's why you draft him. It's like a guy this good should not be in the 3rd round. That a 3rd round draft pick is a prospect, a backup who could potentially come in and be a starter, depending on how the first 2 rounds, depending on how the starting quarterback turns out. But again, you draft Tom Brady in the 5th round because you're thinking he's a project. You're thinking Tom Brady in the 5th round is like, nah. Okay, he'll be a backup to a Drew Bledsoe, which is why they drafted him in the 5th round. He's a backup to a veteran who's been to the Super Bowl. So we'll advance a week and take a look at our stats after the bye. So again, I want to check out my stamina because stamina seems to be a problem. The problem is that once I choose a game plan, that determines what the practice is going to be, and that determines what our stamina is going to be. Discuss the player of my O line. We'll get to that in a second. O line's been amazing. That's why we're leading the league in rushing. Yep, terrible. Yeah, Lamar Jackson's bomb of the league. Are we surprised? Of course we're not. So what do we got here? Let's see for everybody. So is Garoppolo still leading the league? Nope, it's Mahomes now. How many yards per game? Can't see it. We'll worry about that later. I know we're nowhere near. Look at Jacoby Brissett lighting it up. Jacoby Brissett, 267 yards a game. Look at Jacoby Brissett stepping up, saving Ron Rivera's career possibly. Although I think they were like 3 games under 500 at this point. So there's Gus and there's J.K. Dobbins catching up. So now we're finally at the yards per game value that matters. So yeah, he's probably not going to set the rushing record because he's just too tired. He took too many hits at the beginning of the year, but he's doing all right now. He's putting in work. So yeah, J.K. Dobbins is ahead of Derrick Henry. Kind of amazing. He's the feature back now, so there is that. And yards after contact, Justice Hill should be in the top 5 by now. There he is. 4th in the league in yards after contact. Justice Hill, man. So we're gonna have in fact, once we beat Dalvin Cook, we're gonna be top 3. It's kind of amazing. The top 3 backs in the league because we're a power rushing team. That's what we do. Longest one, Justice Hill didn't have more than 14 yards, but it's okay. He hasn't played that many downs either. Yeah, we're running back by committee. That's all that matters. So I want to say ODB is not up here. Let's go for the conference. Let's go for the division. So in yards, obviously it's not ODB. What do we got? Probably ODB or like there he is. 626 is not terrible. He's just not. He's just not. Yeah, there's likely down there. He's just not competing for anything. Where's receptions per game? Not listed here, but that's okay. So how's ODB in the conference? Yeah, he's not gonna make the Pro Bowl. That's okay. He's not, you don't want a guy making the Pro Bowl because he just gets a bunch of slants. You don't want a guy making the Pro Bowl because he catches a bunch of slants. That's absurd. He gets a lot of catches though, but that's not why you choose guys like that. Fourth in the league in points scored. So yearly awards. I mean, we had an off week, so we obviously weren't going to be a player of the week. MVP. So no Ravens here. Not even Dobbins, I would argue. Yeah, Dobbins is 10th in the. He's not going to, unless he gets like a bunch more yards. But he has so many touchdowns, but it's like, I guess it's not good enough. Coach of the year. We're not on the list. Amazing. It's almost like we suck as a coach. In the AFC, Dobbins is the offensive player of the year. Yeah, Gus isn't even there. It's hilarious. Not enough touchdowns. Let's see, defensive player of the year. Yeah, Bowser dropped. That's too bad. Our defense sucks anyway. Offensive rookie of the year. Yeah, he's like I think he runs a 4.140, fastest guy in the league, I think. No Ravens here. For defensive player of the year, yeah, the cornerback Kelly. He's not going to get the award unless he gets a bunch of touchdowns. Unless he gets a bunch of interceptions, anyway. Dobbins, running back of the year. Gus Edwards is only 7th because he doesn't have enough touchdowns. That's the problem, is the touchdowns. Best wide receiver, no ODB, haha. Best offensive lineman, Stanley. Linderbaum is the center. Best D lineman, no Ravens. Linebacker, we got Bowser, who's 3rd. So he's not going to be a defensive player of the year. D-back, no Ravens. Best kicker, no Justin Tucker, right? Yeah, 8th in the rankings. Okay, good enough. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, we're going for Dobbins. He has what? So again, for the record, what do we got? We're not doing passing yards, obviously. For rushing yards, well, Gus should get 2,000. He might not get much more beyond that. He's too beat up. You're gonna run the ball a lot, but he has to split runs with Dobbins. So that makes sense. Dobbins has 26 touchdowns, so he could set the single game rushing record for the single game touchdown scoring record next week. He had to split touchdowns with Gus, otherwise he would have broken it already. Our team has like 31 rushing touchdowns. Yeah, so receiving touchdowns in a year, that's hilarious. Don Hudson, remember him, kids? Of course you don't. Your grandparents don't even remember who he is. Now your great grandparents, they probably saw Don Hudson in the replays. They probably saw some highlights for Hudson. I think Hudson led the league in receiving yards and touchdowns like a dozen years. He has some ridiculous. He's like Jerry Rice-esque in terms of how much he dominated the receiving stats. Like in terms of receiving stats, he was like the guy for like probably a decade. He was the receiver of his era. The Jerry Rice of his era. Yes. 26 touchdowns, man. That's a lot. Again, because Gus Edwards was running the ball into the red zone, Dobbins would then get the handoffs in the red zone, then eventually he would wind up in the end zone. Depending on how many times we carry the ball, that's when we start swapping guys out so they can rest, I suppose. Which makes sense. Bears add Nick Folk. Not Marshall Falk, Nick Folk. So we can save. Where's my week 10 save? We had like a halfway point, so that's fine. We have a couple of ground zero saves just for funsies. So we have a breadcrumb save and a ground zero save and a hard breadcrumb save. So yeah, we're in the playoff race now. So we made a breadcrumb save that will represent our stretch run to the postseason. If we want to replay, look at the Rams are 1-11, dog. Aaron Donald though, 7 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, so 15 backfield tackles basically. So we'll come back and set up the. We'll do all the other stuff we need for the Rams game. We're playing in Baltimore. We should win this game. In fact, should I even? Yeah, we'll just finish up this video, then we'll set up the. We'll show you the end of the Ravens game. Let's see. So we'll discuss the play of my O line because we're the best in the league in running the ball. I mean, an extra dimensional, historically awesome offensive line as far as running goes. Yeah, talk about a leading question. If we keep building chemistry, the sky's the limit for everyone up front. The amount of yards rushing your team has against the Rams will determine how much XP. Well, you know what? We're going to rush for at least 300 yards. We're going to run it every single down. These guys are 1-11. We are going to destroy these guys. We are going to demolish them. It will be a massacre. A freaking massacre. But before we do that, let me see if we could upgrade our coaching staff. And then we'll set up our weekly strategy. View the talent tree and no sacks allowed. Against Aaron Donald, are you insane? You are insane. Against Aaron Donald, we're not going to allow any sacks. I mean, you're completely off your nut. 15 first downs, of course, the easiest goal for any head coach. 350 offensive yards, totally doable. Offensive coordinator allow 20 points or less. We'll dial that back. I don't trust our defense anymore, even against this is a good offense, even though they were 1-11. Wonder if anyone got hurt. 5 rushing touchdowns. I would not make that promise, but we can always promise 200 rushing yards for this team. Don't be absurd. I can always promise that. So what else do we got? View the talent tree. For the offensive coordinator, what do we have? That's locked. Got that on lock. We want boost catching for wide receivers, I would argue. Fancy footwork. And we need 16 points for the next one, so we'll worry about that later. So our wide receivers are faster. Yay. What else we got? The weekly game plan, of course. Weekly strategy. So defend the deep ball with Matthew Stafford, of course. Manage your defensive player health. We'll take a look. See if we can help some of our guys who are tired. No one's tired, shockingly. Against these guys, we can afford to chill. No defensive fatigue, because all they do is give up. All they do is give up yards. Yeah, I'm sure you guys aren't fatigued. They want us to run inside, but as usual, we're just going to do blitz counters. Because we know we can run the ball. We don't need a boost against these guys. So some of these guys are pretty tired. Let me back up a bit. So we need Stanley and Linderbaum to get healed. Running backs are ready to go, dog. So starters, let Jamel Hill take all the hits. Left tackle backups, center backups. Yeah, so everyone's going to be rested, I think. We could put Gus Edwards in there as the number 2 back, honestly. So let's get around to that. We'll make Edwards the number 2 back. He's slower to heal than the other guys, so I guess that makes sense. Blitz counter. Then we'll skip ahead and let's get our practice in. We're gonna rush for 200 yards, kids. Focus players. Zay Flowers isn't gonna be in the game. It'll be absurd. Unlock one player for each tier. Okay, we're gonna worry about that later. So you want to focus on somebody else? So if I focus on him, what does that do? I mean, you can focus for the future, I guess. Sounds like a decent idea. So what are our options here? Halfbacks or what do we got? Yeah, Gus Edwards. He's a star. So we can focus on Gus. So I don't know what that focus would mean. Does it mean he gets more practice? So which linebacker should we focus on here? Well, just pick one. I don't care. We're losing Patrick Queen, so don't get too attached to him. Ojabo. So he's a starter. Let's make him what we need. So I don't know what that focus even means. I guess I can micromanage it a bit. See how it goes. Yeah, we can micromanage him a little bit. So there's my offense. Dobbins, Edwards. So Edwards did not recover. Well, he didn't need it. He didn't need to recover any fatigue. So that makes sense, I guess. I guess he didn't need to recover anything. He was fully healed. So we can move him up. We can move him up in the depth chart. Stanley got way more rest. That's good. Linderbaum got way more rest. That did most. So the guys who needed rest got it. We got to do with a dislocated wrist. That sounds not particularly great. Can't do your push-ups on a dislocated wrist, my dude. Upgrade players. Again, we'll move some of these guys up and down the. This guy's a backup, isn't he? We definitely want him to be a power dude. Excels in zone blocking run plays. Okay. But we're running dives. That's technically not a. Yeah, we're running dives, dude. So he's got temporary boost, so we'll upgrade him. I thought he was injured. He seems to be okay. I thought he was out for 4 weeks. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Yeah, manage the roster, so we'll adjust the depth chart. So we'll move Gus up to number 2, and Justice Hill will be number 1 for now. Yeah, he's number 1 for now. He's down for some reason. Don't know why. Maybe his morale's a bit shot. So Gus Edwards is gonna get more runs. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why his numbers went down. Yeah, their awareness went down because he partied too hard. He's on the Fred Smoot boat, I guess. Former Washington cornerback, I believe, wound up playing for the Vikings and had a boat incident, I've been told. So we'll be back with the Week 14 beatdown of the Rams in Baltimore. And hopefully that'll give us the tie for the top spot in the AFC North. We're currently in the playoffs. We're going to play like it.